Welcome everyone to this reading part 1 email correspondence analysis. Before we start, I want to let you know that I am going to be following the tips and strategies from our reading part 1 guide. We can find that guide in the CELPIP library reading part 1. And this video gives you a more in-depth structure of how you should approach doing reading part 1. So if you need more information, you can look at that video. And the video, it gives us information about how to manage our time effectively. If you want to read these pages, please pause the video. How to read the text and what information we should focus on. What information to focus on. How we should answer the questions 1 to 6. What are some good things to focus on? How we can select the answers. What's a good method? And how we should answer the response email, questions 7 to 11. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, let's read. Dear Marl, we regret to inform you that during your 5 months of service with J.K. Price, you have failed to meet the requirements outlined in the contract you had signed on April 15, 2020. So Marl hasn't been doing a good job. It says, failed to meet the requirements. Prior to employment, you had stated that if you hadn't met the requirements, you would step away. The board has informed you 3 times at our intense progress review sessions that if your performance were to continue at any less than par, so not good, less than par, less than average, you would face immediate termination without a hope that we'd consider giving a second thought to the matter. So if he was warned 3 times, then he would be let go. That's what it says here. These are rules and regulations that each and every member is subject to. Unfortunately, we will not listen to any excuses or cliches justifying your insubordination. So this means that he's not following orders. Insubordination means not listening. And so it looks like they're not listening to him, okay? The purpose of this email to provide an office memo, not office memo, to dismiss Marl as an employee, maybe to confirm a meeting. I'm not really sure about confirming a meeting. To demand better performance, maybe. It sounds to me like dismiss first. Marl has been with the company. It says here, contract is on 5 months of service. Okay. Under a year is correct because under a year means less than a year. The decision to terminate employment was difficult, exciting, exhausting, unanimous. Doesn't say clearly yet. Marl's job performance was disgusting, adequate, unacceptable, amazing. It seems like unacceptable is correct. Disgusting maybe, but we don't use disgusting in this case. Adequate means good, so no. Amazing, no. Unacceptable, it sounds like. The board had warned Marl about this every day, once already. On Marl's first day of work, 3 times already. I think I read 3 times. 3 times at our intense progress review session, so 3 times already. Carl wants Marl to hand in his uniform and ID too. Didn't read that yet. Okay, so we got lots there. Having considered the above, we have no choice but to let you go. So let you go means dismiss you. So that's correct here. As a result of you not meeting any of our deadlines and expectations, so nothing on time, deadlines. Having poor overall performance, and by not producing, the management has therefore decided to relieve you, let you go of your services with immediate effect. So they decided to let him go immediately. Even though at times it seems as though you would be able to get the level of performance we consider adequate for this position, it just never materialized into anything more than just immediate reactions to team demands, but never something that would be favorable quality in a work environment. So he was never able to do a good job, it seems like. And a meeting was conducted on September 15, 2020, where we discussed as well as deliberated, talked about, deliberated means talked about this matter, and the decision is unanimous. Okay, so there we go. The decision to terminate was unanimous. So that means that everyone agreed. Okay. Based on the reviews, comments, and the unsatisfactory performance, you're requested to please hand in overcharge on September 17th of this year. Be sure to hand in your name tag and uniform to Samuel Card to your superior officer. So this looks like Carl wants Marl to hand in his uniform and ID to the police, the board here. It sounds like there's supervisor because the superior officer is like supervisor. You're also requested to approach the concerned departments for your final dues. We take this opportunity to thank you for your contribution to the company during your tenure with us. Tenure time. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Endeavors is projects. Sincerely, Carl's Abrams team manager. Okay, so it seems like we got all those questions. Okay, they were clear there. Let's read the response email. Dear Mr. Carl's Abrams, good day to you, sir. And 7, I'm very upset that I couldn't meet the requirements for this position. And 7, thank you for this email. I'm so angry with your email. What a great email. And I quit my job. And thank you for this email. So you say good day to you, sir, and thank you for this email. So there should be a period here, right? So this the next sentence. I'm very upset that I couldn't meet the requirements for this position, and I regret not working harder than everyone, less than you, to the minimum company standard, to the best of my ability. So it seems like the answer is to the best of my ability, not the minimum, because the company doesn't really want the minimum. They want the just company standards. Okay? I am also saddened that it had to end through an email rather than in person. I was going through a difficult personal matter the last few weeks, so I think it 9 made me anxious or stressed, affected my performance positively, not positively, affected my work life negatively. I think so. He affected his work and his life negatively, made me a better worker, so not a better worker. So C is the answer. So he was going through some tough time and it affected his work life negatively. Okay. But there's no room for excuses since these are not your issues, and we should leave personal matters. Where should we leave them? In the garbage, away from the office, on our desks, in the supervisor's office. Okay. Away from the office. This means you shouldn't bring your problems from home to the office. Okay. I would please ask you reconsider and give me 11. I hope from the board can hear my plea. Someone from the board can hear my plea, but if not, I accept your decision and we'll seek other employment. So you reconsider and give me what? Another position, a different job, another reference, and one final shot. Sounds to me like one final shot is the answer because he would like one more chance. This means one more chance. Okay. Okay. Wow, we've got 2 minutes left. I think everything's correct. And everything is correct. Okay, everyone. If you want to review the answers, you can review the answers. And if you want to try version B is also available here for you to try on CELPIP Library. Okay, everyone. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP library. The CELPIP library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1-month pass or a 2-month or a 3-month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.